Today we're in Fishkill, New York, Groom King Barbershop. We're with Easy Blade, and today we're gonna do a low drop fade. So first of all, when you have your client, always comb out their hair. You know, always see what you're working with. You know, don't just start cutting and you want to comb it out, see what's going on. You know, I'm taking the Babyliss, putting the 8 clip on, and let's go. I'm just moving with the head, moving, putting the clipper, gliding it against the head and making sure that I get every little piece. So I'm gonna always keep going over it and over it. Go with the grain. As the grain grows, you wanna go right against that grain. So now I'm going to 7 clip, right underneath the 8, and I'm gonna put it up. Even though we're doing a low fade, I take these high clips. I just went over the with the 8, now the 7, and I'm gonna come up like this. Even though it's a low fade, basically a low fade. You want to keep all this area dark. So I could go high with my 7 clip, 5 clip, 6, 5, 4, 3. Not so high, but every time come down just a little bit more. Now I'm gonna close it. And I'm still coming around this area here, and because I don't want all that bulk. Because when I get down to the skin area here, I want all this to be still dark but low and neat. 5 clip coming down, and I'm gonna put it up. And usually with the big clips, I don't go half centimeters, but with this one, I want a nice blend. I want a nice blurry blend, because when you get to the low fades, sometimes they look choppy. So you want to make sure when you do a low fade that everything is just meshing completely together. Because when you have a high fade, it's easier to just blend. It's easier to just go up. When you go low, it's just a little bit more tedious. Okay, now I'm going to the 3 clip, and I'm just gonna keep it a little lower. I'm not gonna go as high with the 3 clip because it's starting to lighten up the hair, and I still want to keep that low fade effect. So I'm gonna go the same spot, just a little lower with the 3, and I'm going to skin it out. I'm just kind of preparing these corners, preparing his hair. And this is the 3.5. And I'm going down, going around. And this is the area too in the back where you want it to kind of drop. So, you don't want to go too high up here. He doesn't want that high, so we have to come almost like around it. Now I'm going to the 2 clip, and I'm going to bring it just a little as lower than the 3. Just a little bit. And I'm going to put the 2.5. The lever is all the way up. And now it's going to start to get a little tedious, and we want to keep this hair dark. So with the 2, it gets a little light. We're going to keep it right underneath, and we're going to keep working this fade. And you know what? It's just another way of cutting hair. And that's what I want to let people know is you have to have your own style, your own way. There's more than one way to skin a cat. That's the 2. I'm using the 1 clip, and I'm gonna bring it around the same area right before I skin it. All this stuff, I'm gonna keep this down here because I want to just skin it out at the end. But the 1 clip, now we know that we don't want to come into this area up here. We want to keep it right here, right in the middle, right where that fade is gonna be. We kind of want to create the fade, even though, and we're gonna put a line in here. But now it's just with the 1. It's not like skin. It's not that solid line. These 1 lines are easy to just brush out and fade out. And we're gonna go with this 1 exactly where we want the fade to be. So I'm gonna come boom around, and I'm just gonna put that clip just like that. See? Just right there, right underneath it. So it's dropping behind the nape here. And we're making it going right around. Just like that. See? And now I'm going to go to the open blade. This corner here I want to keep dark. It gets a little weak, so make sure you don't go up there. And that's it. Now I got the 1.5, and I'm coming right back around. And we're just working the blend, working the blend, working the blend. That's what it is. You just keep working it. You just keep, you know, put on the guards, switch up the guards, 2, 3, 4. You know, you go to 8. Now, after this 1, before I even put on the skin line, I could go again. Like, this is almost like a rough draft. Now I could go again through the whole clips and do it again, because you're just meshing it all together. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the skin line in. Okay, I took all this hair down, and we're still gonna go back and blend everything. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this line here. I'm gonna leave some hair, all this dark hair down there. So when that's my line where I'm gonna skin everything dark. So now I'm gonna come with the 0, and I'm gonna put it right there. And I'm almost like going down. See? Because you don't want to come up, you know, because you want to keep this dark in that area. So boom, there's the 0. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the 1, just lower, and I have it with the 0. And I'm going right above that dark line. See, in the same motion, the same way that I've been cutting the whole time. Now coming down. So now from the 0, I'm going to go right to the middle, right the middle lever, and I'm going to now brush that line up just a little bit as well. But we want to remember that keep this dark, keep all this dark. So we want to just right above that line, come just a little bit more higher, right here. And like I said, this is all the rough draft. At the end, after you went through all the steps, all the clips, you basically going over and doing it over and over again until it all blends out. So that's the half. And we're going to go just a little higher. And don't worry about if that little line just doesn't come out right away. Because at the end, you're going to work it. You're going to mess with the lever. You're going to work the fade. You're going to see the dark spots, the light spots. And, you know, you touch it up. So now I went from the 0 to the half. And now I'm going to put the lever all the way up, the open blade. And I'm going to go again. And then you see right in here, I'm just going to stay right underneath where I had the 1. And I'm going through the motions with the half. I'm not worried about the lines or it meshing yet, because I know that once I go through the clips again, once I touch it all up, it's all going to blend at the end. It's almost like a little roller coaster. Alright. I got that there. Now that I did those, it's basically a rough draft. I did the 8, I went all the way down to the 0, and now I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again and again. I'm gonna run through the clips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, half. I'm gonna come all the way around again. You know what I mean? There's some lines, there's some things, but basically this is the rough draft of what we have going on. You know, the skin is over here, it's down low, and we're gonna run through the clips again. I'm gonna run through the clip, the 8 at the end. So I'm gonna start with the 6 and just work the fade again. Do the same exact process I did over and over again till it starts to blend and mesh. So now we blended. And now we're gonna go to the skin. And Barrett is here today. He's gonna shave later, so we're gonna start down here, and now we're gonna brush that line in. Instead of making that skin line from the start and having to work that line, we're gonna brush it in at the end. Come around the ears. I always bend the ear this way, you know, make sure you get around these little hairs. When you get down to the, you know, those fine hairs you won't see. At the end we'll hit them with the razor. And now I'm doing the same thing. Keeping that line underneath and the skin underneath, like that. And we're just gonna brush all that hair up. And making sure we don't go too high with the skin. Creating another line for us to have to fade out. See? Nice and low and on the edges. Nice and low. Coming around the ears, these hairs. Okay. Boom, boom. Use the Babyliss FX2 now. And again, I'm going to use this like a taper. I'm not coming all the way up here. I just want the very edges to be really skinned out and fine. Just kind of kissing the edge. That's it. So now we're going to line up the front. And, you know, not everybody wants it to be super sharp, super line. You know, we're just going to kind of touch his edges, touch the corners. But he doesn't want to be pushed back. And, you know, he just kind of gets a nice, you know, so when I you know, I want to line them up so I can see it. I'm starting from the middle. I'm going to use my T-liner. And, you know, he has a couple cowlicks here. And, you know, if I wanted it sharp, I could go all the way up there. But we're not going to do that. You know, we're just going to kind of tap it. That's it. You know. You gotta be careful because sometimes people see he has these really fine hairs here. So if I come with this, boom, it's gonna, even if I don't push it back, even right here, those hairs tend to go back even farther. So you know what? We hit it just a little bit and we save the rest for the straight razor. I'm gonna clean up. I'm gonna clean it up with the razor. I'm gonna use the Easy Blade shave gel and just apply it before I hit it with the razor. We don't want to dry shave. We don't want to irritate his skin at all. So get a nice little shave gel. And I always go around the ears as well with the razor. There's these little fine hairs that sometimes you don't see. Easy Blade straight razor holder with the Easy Blade razors. Fine stainless steel quality. And I'm just gonna touch the very edge. Try not to push the corners back at all. Just kind of tight, touch it. Just getting the edge, getting in between the ears. Sometimes those fine hairs over there that the trimmer didn't get around the ear. I always hit it with the razor there. And then just tapping the corners. That's it. He doesn't want it super sharp. These hairs are really fine. So we just tap it. Touch it a little bit. Then I'm gonna hit the corner here. Just touching the corners. Going down. If you're packed in the barbershop, you don't got time, but you know, you always wanna at the end kind of just almost like proofread. You know, you have your, it's finally, it's all done, but you could run through it one more time, you know? So that's what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna go through the 8, and he's gonna know, when you do this last final part, he's gonna be like, wow, he's really taking the time to really go through it again and really make sure that everything looks proper and everything all the hair is even on top and on the sides. You know, it's just the little things that count. Could maybe turn a $2 tip into a $5 tip, you know, a $5 tip into a $10 tip. The little things that people see, you know, you want to make sure you have passion for your work, that you're not just trying to take their money, you know. Now we're going to use the Easy Blade Aftershave Relief Tonic, a nice little mist. After we use the razor, we're going to do it all on the hairline. You know, give them a nice, generous amount. Has a great aroma to it. A nice barbershop smell. Voila, a low fade.